This is the Emotional Vocabulary Series by Duenas. Today we will address the early warning signs in romantic relationships, that is, ignoring the red flags. Definition: red flags in a romantic relationship are warning signs or behaviors that indicate potential problems, incompatibility, or toxic dynamics. These signals suggest that the relationship may not be healthy or sustainable and often warrant attention, reflection, or intervention. Navigating the early warning signs in romantic relationships, recognizing red flags and protecting against codependency. At the dawn of any romantic relationship, emotions run high, often blinding individuals to the potential warning signs that may indicate future troubles. These early warning signs, or red flags, are crucial indicators that something might not be right. Addressing these red flags early on can save individuals from the heartache of a dysfunctional relationship and the trap of codependency that may sacrifice personal freedom for the comfort of companionship and the fear of loneliness. Recognizing red flags. Red flags in a relationship can vary widely, but generally pertain to behaviors or patterns that undermine the health and equality of a partnership. Common red flags include excessive jealousy, controlling behavior, disrespect towards you or others, lack of communication, and inconsistency. Early in the relationship, such signs might be dismissed as one-off issues or misinterpreted as signs of love or deep interest. However, they often indicate deeper issues that can lead to a toxic relationship dynamic. Jealousy, for instance, while sometimes viewed as a sign of love, can quickly spiral into possessiveness, limiting an individual's freedom and social interactions. Similarly, a partner who disrespects you or others is likely to continue this pattern, leading to a relationship where one's self-esteem is continually eroded. Furthermore, jealousy is a complex emotion that typically arises in response to the perception of a threat to a valued relationship or to one's self-esteem. It involves a combination of emotions such as fear, sadness, anger, and humiliation. Jealousy is often triggered by the fear of losing something of personal value, particularly in terms of human connections, to a rival. Although commonly associated with romantic relationships, jealousy can also occur in friendships, family relationships, and professional settings. It is characterized by a sense of insecurity, concern over a potential loss, and envy towards the rival perceived to be the cause of the threat. Jealousy can motivate protective behaviors to guard the valued relationship, but can also lead to negative consequences if it prompts possessiveness, controlling behaviors such as power and control, or aggression. Here is a list of 20 signs of red flags. 1. Excessive jealousy. Unwarranted possessiveness or suspicion, leading to control issues. For example, constant questioning about your whereabouts, or isolating you from friends. 2. Lack of communication. Difficulty in expressing feelings or discussing important matters, hindering the emotional connection within the relationship. 3. Disrespect. Consistently dismissive or insulting behavior towards you or others, indicating a lack of regard for feelings and boundaries. 4. Inconsistency. Frequent changes in mood, commitment, or behavior, making it challenging to establish trust and stability in the relationship. 5. Excessive criticism. Unnecessary criticism or demeaning comments, eroding self-esteem and creating a negative atmosphere. 6. Secretive behavior. Withholding information, avoiding transparency, or hiding aspects of one's life, fostering a lack of trust. 7. Isolation attempts. Discouraging or preventing you from maintaining relationships with friends and family, limiting your support network. 8. Manipulation. Employing deceptive tactics or emotional coercion to achieve personal goals within the relationship. 9. Controlling behavior. Attempts to dictate your actions, choices, or lifestyle, eroding personal autonomy. 10. Unwillingness to compromise. Resistance to finding middle ground or making concessions, hindering conflict resolution and cooperation. 11. Lack of empathy. Consistently failing to understand or respond to your emotional needs or concerns. 12. Blame shifting. Refusing to take responsibility for one's actions, and instead placing blame on others, preventing accountability. 13. Escalating arguments. Frequent, intense, or violent disagreements, signaling potential for emotional or physical abuse. 14. Disregard for boundaries. Ignoring or violating agreed upon boundaries, indicating a lack of respect for personal space and limits. 15. Financial irresponsibility. Poor financial management or a refusal to contribute to shared responsibilities, causing strain on the relationship. 16. Fear of commitment. Avoidance of discussions or actions related to long-term commitment, potentially leading to instability. 17. Unresolved past issues. Lingering emotional baggage or unresolved conflicts that negatively impact the current relationship. 18. Unsupportive behavior. Lack of encouragement or assistance during challenging times, undermining the foundation of mutual support. 19. Addictive behavior. Struggling with substance abuse or other addictive behaviors, porn, gaming, etc. that impede relationship health and stability. 20. Rapid escalation. Now let's take a look at yellow relationship, potentially masking
Yellow
underlying
flags
issues
in a
or
romantic
lack of genuine
relationship
connection.
are
Cautionary signs that may not necessarily indicate immediate danger, but warrant attention or consideration. Here are 20 yellow flags with brief descriptions. 1. Infrequent communication. Occasional lapses in communication patterns, potentially indicating a need for improved connection. 2. Minor disagreements. Occasional disagreements over preferences or minor issues, suggesting room for improved conflict resolution skills. 3. Reserved about the future. Reluctance to discuss or plan for the future, indicating a need for open dialogue about long-term goals. 4. Mood swings. Inconsistencies in emotional states without clear triggers, suggesting the need for emotional exploration. 5. Occasional critique. Periodic criticism that may not be constructive, signaling potential communication improvement opportunities. 6. Guarded personal information. A tendency to withhold certain personal information without malicious intent, requiring gradual trust building. 7. Mild defensiveness. Occasional defensiveness in response to feedback, indicating a potential sensitivity that could be addressed through open conversation. 8. Limited emotional expressiveness. Difficulty expressing emotions openly, highlighting the opportunity for emotional intimacy development. 9. Slight independence issues. Moderate desire for personal space, emphasizing the importance of balancing independence and togetherness. 10. Minor changes in behavior. Subtle shifts in behavior without clear explanations, warranting communication to understand each other's needs. 11. Inconsistent availability, periods of inconsistency in availability or responsiveness, prompting a discussion on expectations and communication norms. 12. Slight differences in values, discrepancies in certain values that may not align perfectly, necessitating respectful discussions to find common ground. 13. Unresolved past issues, lingering unresolved issues that may impact the relationship to a moderate extent, requiring attention for future growth. 14. Occasional lack of support, instances of limited emotional or practical support during challenging times, indicating areas for improvement in mutual support. 15. Moderate financial differences, differences in financial priorities or habits that may need discussion and alignment for long-term compatibility. 16. Occasional hesitation, moments of hesitation or uncertainty about certain relationship aspects, necessitating open communication to address concerns. 17. Slight fear of commitment, a mild reluctance or anxiety regarding commitment, requiring open dialogue about expectations and timelines. 18. Intermittent trust concerns, occasional doubts or concerns about trust, prompting discussions to strengthen transparency and understanding. 19. Mild independence conflicts, mild conflicts arising from varying levels of independence, requiring compromise and clear communication. 20. Inconsistent prioritization, occasional inconsistencies in prioritizing the relationship, prompting discussions about mutual expectations and goals. Dealing with red flags. The first step in dealing with red flags is to acknowledge them. It's essential to listen to your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. Open communication with your partner about your concerns is crucial. A healthy relationship should be able to withstand and address concerns without fear of retaliation or dismissal. Setting boundaries is another critical step. Clearly define what you are and aren't comfortable with in a relationship. Boundaries are not ultimatums, they are guidelines for mutual respect and understanding. Should your partner persistently infringe upon these boundaries despite previous discussions, it may indicate that the relationship is fundamentally unhealthy and was, perhaps, destined to fail from its inception. Seeking advice. Seeking advice from trusted friends or family members can also offer perspective. Sometimes, those outside the relationship can see red flags more clearly than those involved. However, you need to be highly aware that the difference between positive, constructive advice and negative, destructive advice plays a pivotal role in the repair and enhancement of romantic relationships. This distinction is crucial because advice, by its nature, can significantly influence the decision-making process within a relationship, potentially steering it towards either resolution and growth or deterioration and discord. Positive, constructive advice is characterized by its forward-looking, solution-oriented nature. It aims to address the root causes of issues within the relationship, encouraging open communication, mutual understanding, and compromise. Such advice often involves suggesting ways to enhance emotional connection, improve communication skills, and foster a deeper understanding of each partner's needs and desires. The hallmark of constructive advice is that it seeks to build up the relationship, emphasizing strengths and potential areas for growth rather than focusing solely on problems and shortcomings. On the contrary, negative, destructive advice tends to focus on the faults and failings within the relationship or one of the partners. It may manifest as recommendations to take actions that create further distance or conflict, such as retaliatory behaviors, or it might trivialize the concerns of one partner. This type of advice often lacks empathy and understanding, and it may even incite distrust or resentment between partners. Destructive advice can stem from a variety of sources, including personal biases, past experiences, or even a subconscious desire to see the relationship fail. The challenge in navigating advice lies in the fact that those providing it may be biased, whether due to personal experiences, unresolved issues, or even jealousy. Their perspectives and suggestions might not always be in the best interest of the relationship. It is, therefore, imperative for individuals in a relationship to critically evaluate the advice they receive, considering the motivations of the person providing advice and the potential impact on the relationship. To safeguard against the influence of negative advice, couples should strive to develop a strong foundation of trust and open communication. By doing so, they can more effectively assess the advice they receive, distinguishing between what is truly beneficial for their relationship and what may be harmful. Engaging in honest, direct conversations about the advice and its potential effects can also help partners to make informed decisions that align with their mutual goals and values. Ultimately, the goal should be to seek out advice that promotes a healthy, respectful, and supportive relationship. This may involve consulting with neutral, unbiased professionals, such as therapists or counselors, who can provide guidance based on expertise and an understanding of healthy relationship dynamics. By prioritizing constructive, positive advice, couples can work together to overcome challenges, strengthen their bond, and foster a more fulfilling partnership. Protecting yourself against codependency. Codependency is a relationship dynamic where one partner sacrifices their needs and well-being to satisfy the other's needs or wants. It often stems from a fear of loneliness or the belief that one's self-worth is tied to the relationship. Protecting against codependency involves fostering a strong sense of self and independence within the relationship, by effectively valuing one's freedom over and above anything else in life. Cultivating interests and friendships outside the relationship is vital. It ensures that you maintain your freedom, identity, and support network, which are crucial for emotional health. Regular self-reflection can also help identify any codependent tendencies, allowing you to address them proactively. Learning to be comfortable with solitude is another important aspect. Solitude allows for personal growth and reflection, reducing the fear of loneliness that often drives individuals into or keeps them in unhealthy relationships. It is important to know the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness. Loneliness is a feeling of sadness or discomfort due to a lack of connection or companionship with others, often involving a sense of isolation despite wanting social contact. Solitude. Solitude is the state of being alone by choice, allowing for self-reflection, relaxation, or personal growth, and is often experienced as positive and fulfilling. Conclusion. Recognizing and addressing red flags can prevent the development of a toxic dynamic and protect against the pitfalls of codependency. By maintaining open communication, setting clear boundaries, and fostering personal growth and independence, individuals can enjoy healthy, fulfilling relationships that complement their freedom rather than compromise it. Early warning signs in a romantic relationship should not be ignored, because sooner or later they'll bite you in the ass. A relationship should enhance your life, not confine it. Today we address the early warning signs in romantic relationships and ignoring the red flags from the Emotional Vocabulary by Duenas.